Good morning. I'm thinking you can probably hear the chickies. I wanted to give you an update on this. This is the first of our spring planting. And one of the thing that I wanted to talk about is seed expectations. I have had people tell me many times that peppers and tomatoes are very slow sprouting, specifically peppers are very slow sprouting, and you might not get anything for 6 weeks, 4 to 6 weeks, and they're very slow growing. Well, I have found this to be otherwise. There's a lot of things that go into it. Now I have pepper seeds that I have started and grown and harvested, and tomato seeds that I have started and grown and harvested year after year after year. And essentially, if something doesn't come up within a day or two, it's pretty well discarded. They're weak. I consider them weak, and so this is normal. I planted these on Wednesday. Today's Saturday. The tomatoes start right here. There's tomatoes, and I worked for 3 in each one, but I really wasn't being careful. So here in this one, we have 4 coming up. In this one, we have 4 coming up. In this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 there, 3 here, 4 here, because this one's a tomato, but it's not looking right. It's much too tall, and it's not getting its secondary leaves yet, so I'm keeping an eye on that one. This one has a little cluster right here, and then 2. This one has 1 that's just barely starting to come up right here. It looks like there's another one that may be starting right here, so possibly 2 there. None here, and none here, and 1 possibly here. So we've got 3 there that do not look like anything's coming up yet. But my brain just clicked into gear here. I probably got to restructure this a little bit because the peppers start on this side. These 2 are a cayenne pepper, and they were not seeds that I started. They were seeds that came from a packet. And then we've got a section here that I'll tell you about later. But the peppers, all of this is peppers. And I've got 1, 2, and again, these were not seeds that I started and harvested. These are seeds from a mixed batch of hot and sweet peppers. So the tomatoes, I think, end right here, and that's 7, so that's right. So what I'm going to do is move the tag over here so I remember to come in this direction. So this is the tomatoes here, and a lot of them are seeds that I had started and harvested myself. And then here, this section, this is sweet peppers. So these that don't have anything in them, and this one possibly has 2. This is a piece of grass, so it's a weed. Pull that. Again, I don't use sterilized soil. I just use regular soil straight from outside. So it's still got the biology in it. It's got the fungi. It's got the bacteria and so on that will teach these plants how to survive. So it looks like so far we've got 1, possibly 2 peppers from these batches. So but again, these were only started on Wednesday or Thursday or something. I think it was Wednesday. So anyway, the tomatoes all appear to be doing just fine. Peppers not so much. I'll give them another week and see what we've got at that point, and see and make a decision whether whether I want to continue growing or replant or, you know, whatever. But anyway, it looks like the tomatoes are taken care of. Peppers are starting. Looks like there may be a couple just starting. But anyway, so seed expectations. Plants will conform to the gardener, and I tend to start things in cold environments with just regular garden soil. This soil is actually, from what I can tell, and we'll have to wait and see when I start planting into it, this soil is amazing, and everything is coming up, which is really, really nice, because I've had, all my life, I've grown in sand, essentially, and it grew everything just fine, but I'm not used to the way plants respond to this soil, so I'm working on that. Anyway, so we've got a couple of other things. This is a sweet potato from seed. I've got 2 of them here. If I remember correctly, I planted 2 in each pot. Now this is another thing that I've been working on. When sweet potatoes grow, they want lots and lots of heat, and the seeds need to be nicked. You need to cut a tiny piece off of the seed in order to give the seed, the plant inside, some place to pop out, because otherwise the seed the seed coat is too strong for them. But these, again, are started in the house. It is 72 degrees in the house. I would prefer to keep it cooler, but it's at 72 degrees. These 2 popped up immediately. These 2 right here, they popped up immediately, and they're doing just fine in cold soil, cold environment, not in direct sun, you know, whatever. I believe I planted 2 in each pot, but we'll see what happens with those. But the ones that come up, I'll propagate and try to get more seeds. So that's another thing. This is all cabbage here, and I did 3 in each, and it's a mixed cabbage. So this one right here is a purple cabbage. These here all appear to be green cabbages, but one is growing much slower than the others. Here only one came up, and I think this is a cabbage too, but I'm not sure yet, because it's either cabbage or a sweet potato, and I think it's a cabbage. But that one's a cabbage. So it's a mixed cabbage group, and I'll be just letting once the seeds come on, I'll just let the seeds all cross, and get a mixed cabbage group going with that. So there's the cabbages, and I wanted to show you this. Now, anyone who's been following my channel, you might remember that at my old house, I had a collard that was drought tolerant and perennial. And I was going to get rid of the seeds. I really have no interest in collards. But there were a number of people who appeared to be interested in the seeds, so I decided to just go ahead and grow them out and get more seeds for them. So this one, there's one coming up here, there's one coming up here, and I think that's all I see so far. But on this particular one, I haven't paid any attention to how fast they come up. I was just letting them do their own thing. Now these will be planted out on the north side of the house, so they'll basically be in the same circumstances that they were at the other house. But I'm going to continue that project just enough to get more seeds so that I can give more seeds to people. So if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. I don't think I did another video yesterday about the ceilings, so I think that's everything. I will talk with you later.